Hey everyone, welcome to the Spinnaker Healthcare Solutions YouTube channel, where our mission is to help program coordinators better utilize, understand, and analyze their data. My name is Dale Strong, and today's video is going to be calculating time between process steps. You can reach out to us with our contact info by scanning that QR code. It'll have all our links to our website, email addresses, etc. Or you can leave a comment in the comment section on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start by opening our patient template log, which is available on a Google Drive link that's in the description of this video, or reach out to me and I would happily email you a copy of this. So we've already started by formatting our raw data table as a Excel table. If you don't know how to do this, we have another video on our YouTube channel. I encourage you to check that out, or you can really quickly do it if you already know how to do that. The nice thing about doing this is that when we build functions in Excel, it will stay the same and auto-populate that whole column in Excel. So I like doing this before I start with any project. So as we look at our mock patient log, we'll notice that all our process steps are in relation to the time that the patient arrived at the door or arrived to the emergency department. And I know within stroke in particular, a real focus is on door to IV thrombolytic time. But when you get more involved in process improvement projects, sometimes it's good to be able to pull in data about how long particular process steps took. So let's say for hypothetical situation in your stroke program, meeting, it was brought up that you wanted to look at you think that there might be a delay between CT scan and your IV thrombolytic time. Now, inherently, based on the data that we're capturing here, we don't necessarily have that in a column. So, but with an Excel, let's say we're collecting these data points here. We can build a calculated column that will allow us to see what the time gap was between CT scan and thrombolytic time without having to enter the data on your own. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to do that in our column I here. So we are going to type CT scan to IV thrombolytic. And when we hit enter, it automatically adds that column to your Excel table. You can also right click and insert a column. That's one way to do it, but when you already have it, I just kind of type it and hit enter and it pops up. So what we're going to do is we want this to be a calculated column. So we are going to start an Excel function. So you always do that by hitting equals. And then we are going to click on the cells that we're of interest. So the best way to figure out the time gap would be to start with your 45 minutes of door to IV thrombolytic time. And you can see it refers to that column. Then we want to subtract from that. So we're going to do the minus sign, and we're going to click on our door to CT scan time. So what we're going to do in Excel, as you can see up here, it looks nice and clean up here. We are going to take our door to IV thrombolytic time, and we are going to subtract from that the door to CT scan, which should give us the difference between the two. If we hit enter, we see that it calculated 8, which 45 minus 37 equals 8, and it auto-filled the same calculation for all of the rows of patients. Now, when I made this was all fake data, so I just inherently picked a time interval and did that for all the patients. So 8 minutes was the time interval that was chosen from CT scan to thrombolytic time. So I know that the function's working properly. Now, why I like to keep this as a calculated column. So let's say as part of your data abstraction work, you're entering door to physician all these times. I'll probably indicate this is a calculated column by changing, say, the column header or something like that, because as you can see, there's a formula in there, and you're not just entering raw data. What's cool about this is, let's say we actually changed this time. You realize that if you go back and look at your data, you entered the wrong time. It was actually 50 minutes. So if we hit 50, your calculated column automatically will update. And same goes for, let's go to here. We realized that the door to CT scan was actually 35 minutes, so it should be 3 minutes shorter. And you can see that calculated column automatically updates, and you don't have to actually manually calculate that on your own. Excel will do it and it will update for you. So this is a really You can do this for all sorts of things. What I like to do when it comes to managing a patient log or anything like that is I try to minimize the amount of data that I need to manually enter and then use these calculated columns to really give my complete database a lot more functionality. So we're going to go ahead and wrap that up. Once again, you can also contact us by scanning the QR code, or feel free to comment or like the video to let us know what you think. Have a good one.